What's good, sports fans? Are you ready to elevate your live entertainment experience? Well, let me introduce you to SeatGeek, an amazing platform that connects you to your favorite events while saving you money. With SeatGeek, you can easily find tickets for sports games, concerts, and so much more, all in one place. The interface is user-friendly, making it simple to browse and compare prices. And one of the best features is the interactive seating chart. You can see exactly where you'll be sitting and how much you'll be spending, ensuring you get the best value for your money. But here's the best part. Check this out. By using my promo code, ChalkItUpSports, you can enjoy a one-time $20 discount on your first SeatGeek order. That's right, $20 off your first SeatGeek order. Imagine catching that thrilling game or concert without breaking the bank. It's a win-win situation. Plus, you'll be a part of a community of fans who eat, sleep, and breathe live events just as much as you do. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description to download the SeatGeek app today. And don't forget to use my promo code ChalkItUpSports for a one-time $20 discount on your first SeatGeek order. Get excited. Now let's get back to the show. I want to smoke with everybody. I want to throw hands and feet with everybody. I don't care who you got. I don't care how much money you spent. I don't care how many yards they throw for. I don't care how many sacks they got. I want to smoke with any and everybody. I'm your humble host, Tone DeShields II. You guys are locked in on a Philadelphia Eagles dose of Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. I am supremely grateful. Like I always say every show. I know I say it every day when I talk to you guys, but I genuinely mean it. You know, I can't come on here and lie to you guys. I'm always going to be honest. I'm never going to say anything for clicks. That's just not how I move. That's not how my moral compass is set up. I'm never going to come in here and just say something I don't really mean. I'm really, really grateful that a lot of you guys support the show the way you guys do, man. Like G Dragon, Eddie Holmes, Fanny, Keisha White, Sweet Chin Music, K.O. the Green, Trenton Wright, Oz, Yasmin, Keith. I appreciate y'all. Like I'm grateful to be here. All of y'all, some of you guys watch and you don't comment, you just enjoy the program. I appreciate you guys too. I even appreciate the people who aren't watching us live. They're watching us on their own time. I'm so grateful for those people too, because you know, all of you guys are like the foundation of how this thing works, man. Right? Everybody who watches in real time, all of you guys who double back, some of you guys watch the shows more than once. And I'm just really grateful that you guys have invested the amount of time in my platform the way you guys have. You guys have so many options out there. And again, I'm being very honest with you guys. There's so many options out there. So many options. And sometimes your YouTube algorithm won't expose you to new options. Nonetheless, you guys still kick it with me, and I just enjoy it. I enjoy it. So before we get too comfortable, you guys know what your job is. Take your shoes off, kick your feet up, go get your snacks, go get your beverages. Make sure you got your Mary Jane rolled up. You feel me? Whatever it is, whatever you need, make sure you got it right there at arm's length. You feel me? And most importantly, make sure you guys give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Hit that like button. You guys know how it works here. That thumbs up, that like button, it's currency. It's food. It's nourishment. in this YouTube atmosphere. Make sure you guys continue to stay locked in. Make sure you guys continue to stay locked in. Now, on Sunday, we did a jersey giveaway, right? On Sunday, we did a jersey giveaway. And it was pretty much in celebration. It was in celebration of what the Philadelphia Eagles did against the Cincinnati Bengals. And when I say that was a hell of a game, that was a hell of a game. So, without further ado, I want to announce who won. But before I do, you guys, again, smash that like button. Smash that like button. We're going to wait until we get a little bit further in the show, right? I know a lot of you guys want to know who won. It could be you. Could it be you? Or could it be you? You never know. But you got to stay tuned to find out who it is. We are going to be announcing that on today's show. Who won the Eagles jersey? We're going to be announcing that. So make sure you guys stay locked in. Smash that like button. I appreciate the love. And I appreciate the support. Thank you, and thank you. Now, there was something I wanted to address with you guys before we get too deep into the content. There's going to be a lot of people who doubt your Philadelphia Eagles from this point forward. With great power comes great responsibility. There's going to be a lot of people who look at the Philadelphia Eagles and still cast their aspersions. They still cast doubt. There's even going to be people who are on our side who are fearful of what's to come. They're fearful who we may face when all the chips are on the line. They're afraid. Not me. Not I. Quite frankly, I want it with everybody. I want it with anybody. I don't care who it is. I don't care what they stat line say. I don't care what their record is. Anybody can get touched. You feel me? At least where I'm from. Anybody can get touched. It don't matter what's on your resume. It don't matter what work you put in. That go for the Philadelphia Eagles too. Anybody can get touched. But here's the thing, though. Here's the difference. We ain't scared of nobody. That's the difference. We ain't scared of nobody. It's some people. Hey, listen, Dank. You'd be surprised. It's some people out there who get nervous. It's some people out there who get nervous. You feel me? Nah. No, we passed that. We're at the point of no return. The bye week is behind us. From this point forward, it's all gas, no brakes. And interestingly enough, Nick Sirianni had a post-game, conversation with the team. After the game, how Nick Sirianni always does his post-game, talks with the team, things of that nature, right? I want to show you guys something. He says something that really, really stood out to me. And it's a precursor of what's to come. So I want you guys to follow me here. Listen in on this. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me if you guys catch it. Give us a second. All right, let's listen to this real quick.
Remember, it takes everybody. Okay, so on Devontae's long touchdown, Jack Stoll had a block for about 8 seconds.
Remember what I said. All gas, no brakes.
Hey, Slay goes down. Isaiah comes in. Big time play. Hey, we were +2. It's been a while since we've been +2. We know what we do when we win the double positive. We win the game. So, Chauncey. Zach Vaughn. Hey, get Isaiah one too, because he made that play. It took everybody, guys. Enjoy this. We know who we are. right? We know who we are. That's a tough place. This is a good football team. Success takes what it takes. I'll take care of you on the back end, but it takes what it takes. I'll see you Monday. Remember, it takes everybody.
You guys take care of y'all. Y'all do your job. I'll take care of y'all. You know what he said after that? I'll see y'all on Monday. Ooh. I don't know about y'all, but that little statement right there, I'll see y'all on Monday. What does that do for y'all? What does that mean to y'all? Right? What does it mean to you? Eagles coming off of a stellar win. They're on a 3-game win streak. The quarterback is playing phenomenal. The defense is playing phenomenal. Nick Sirianni is coaching better than he's been in quite some time. Kellen Moore, Vic Fangio, they're all hitting a stride. Beating the Bengals by 20 points. He says, I'll see you Monday. What does that mean to y'all? Chaotic. There we go. There we go. No days off. No days off. We're not getting comfortable. No. We're not getting comfortable. KJ, you got it. AJ Harris. We're not getting comfortable. AJ, KJ. Y'all should start a band or a group. AJ and KJ. You feel me? No days off. We are at a point in the season, we're damn near at the middle mark. We're entering week 9. Week 9, you guys. Davon Tyree nailed it. The job's not done. Don't get fat off of beating the Bengals. Don't get fat. Live in the moment, enjoy it. We got work to do. I'll see your ass on Monday. I'll see you on Monday. Remind you, it was a road game in Cincinnati. They flew there, by the way. Cincinnati is far enough where you can fly to. I've driven to Ohio from Philly before, and it's about a 9-hour drive, something like that. You don't want your guys in a car or a bus for 9 hours. Get on a plane, get them there efficiently and effectively. But it was a road game. They dropped 20 points on their head. They still got to go home. Sirianni said, I'll see y'all asses on Monday. Woo. I don't know, man. It's for me, it's the little things. It's the simple things that get me excited. You guys saw how excited I got when the running back, Coach Jamal Singleton, had that conversation on the sideline with Saquon Barkley and Kenny Gainwell and A.J. Brown. You saw how excited I got. They can't fuck with us. They can't. We in this thing balling, baby. We eating. Y'all both eating. That intensity, that fervor, that mentality, that desire to be great, that desire to win, that desire to say, you got to kill me if you're going to take it from me. You got to kill me. And honestly, that's where I'm at with this Philadelphia Eagles team. This Eagles team has been kicked so many times by the detractors, the people who didn't believe in the vision. They've kicked us so many times, Philadelphia. They've kicked our back end on so many occasions. Jalen Hurts, is he the man of the future? He can't read defenses. He processes the game too slow. They kicked the head coach back in. I was one of them. I had my doubts about Nick Sirianni, but I will be transparent. I've been very Nick Sirianni up until how last season ended. And I started having questions. But even through my questions, and I'm documented saying this, I'm on record. I would not fire Nick Sirianni. That feels like an impulsive move. I'm on record saying that prior to the season starting. And even through the first 4 games, my patience wore thin with the man. I will not run from the words I've said. I've called for this man's job over the first 4 weeks. I've questioned if he was qualified. I've questioned if the players even respect him enough. I've even been on record saying they're lying. They don't trust that man. They don't believe in that man. I've been on record saying they're lying because I'm so entrenched in what this team does. I'm so entrenched in the football season and just what it means to win. And I'm not out there with those brothers. They making the ultimate sacrifice, but I have so much respect for what they do. I have so much respect for the sacrifices they make, the being away from their families, putting your bodies on the line, constantly being under scrutiny day after day after day, no matter if you win or lose or draw. I've been very brazen about the Philadelphia Eagles, good, bad, and indifferent, but I've always been honest. And I've never lied to the people. I've always told you how I felt. I've never told you what you wanted to hear. I've always been honest about how I felt, even if I was wrong, even if I was right, even if I was a little bit too emotional or passionate, as I like to call it. Even if I was being a bit unreasonable or unfair, but I always try to preface things and I always try to bring it back and say, you know what, you guys, I'm going to try to give you guys both sides of this thing. The good, the bad, the reasonable, the unreasonable, the fair, the unfair. But now we've come to a point here where this product that is the Philadelphia Eagles, it's starting to stabilize. It's starting to take shape. It's starting to mold into a weapon. It's beginning to be forged in the fire. That's where we are right now, Philadelphia. We're currently being forged like Excalibur. You feel what I'm saying? So the doubts are going to always remain because we're Philadelphia. We're the Eagles. The doubts will always remain. They will, because that's the nature of the beast. When you support a team like the Eagles, there's nothing sexy about us. There's nothing appealing about us. We're gritty. We're ugly. We're mean. We're brazen. We're passionate. We live for this. We'll kill for this. You feel what I'm saying? So, like Nick Sirianni said, I'll see y'all Monday. Y'all take care of y'all job. I'll take care of y'all on the back end. I'll see y'all Monday. All gas, no brakes. All gas, no brakes. We don't Hey, listen. We don't stop at red lights. We don't stop at red lights. Take that for what it's worth. Take that for what it means to you. Your Philadelphia Eagles are 5-2, coming off of a spectacular win to the Bengals, and now Week 8 is behind us. We are now entering Week 9. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars coming up, which is going to be a fun matchup. Don't get it twisted. You don't want to play down to the opponent. You want to smother them. You want to crush them. Simple as that. But the premise of today's episode isn't necessarily about the opponent. And it is Kelly Green week, Davon. I'm glad you reminded me. It is Kelly Green week. So that's going to be exciting as well. But something that I really wanted to talk about with you guys is more so about the personnel, about the roster that Howie Roseman has built throughout the years, right? He's made moves via free agency, throughout the draft, re-signing guys. The questions we had about this roster, about some of the draft picks, they're all beginning to be put to bed. We had our questions about Nolan Smith. We had questions about Jordan Davis. We had questions about Bryce Huff. Some of us had questions about Zach Bond. Some of us had questions about whether Cam Jurgens can live up to the expectations, or even Tyler Steen. Some of us question, can Grant Calcaterra be a contributor? Can Nakobe Dean be somebody we trust? There have been so many questions surrounding the personnel. But I just want us to go down memory lane a little bit. And I want us to just remind ourselves about the moves Howie Roseman has made. And sure, do we need to see more from several guys? Of course. But we got to roll with what we have. We got to roll with what we got. This team is hitting a groove. They are feeling it right now. They are hitting a stride at the perfect time of the NFL season. And like Big Chris said, we have been building depth over the past few years because depth has been a question for the Philadelphia Eagles over the past few years. Throughout the Nick Sirianni era, we've always questioned where our depth at this position, our depth at that position, right? We've always questioned our depth at corner throughout the years. We questioned our depth at linebacker throughout the years. As a matter of fact, we questioned our depth damn near everywhere except for the offensive line. But real quick, though, I want to go through some of the previous draft picks by the Philadelphia Eagles. I want to go through some of these with you guys, if you don't mind here. If you don't mind. So, let's get to it. Just looking at the 2024 draft class for the Philadelphia Eagles, the 2024 draft class, right? The Eagles brought in Quinyon Mitchell out of Toledo, Cooper DeJean out of Iowa, Jalix Hunt, Houston Christian, Will Shipley, Clemson, Anai Smith, Texas A&M, Jeremiah Trotter Jr., Clemson, Trevor Keegan, Michigan, Johnny Wilson, Florida State, and Dylan McMahon, North Carolina State. Let's just stay there for a second. When's the last time Howie Roseman knocked it out the park like this? And we're going to get to the recency. Don't worry. But to draft Quinyon Mitchell out of Toledo, to draft Cooper DeJean out of Iowa, let's just stop there. Let's just stay there. First round, Quinyon. Second round, Cooper. Let's just stay there. Quinyon Mitchell has become Quinyon Mitchell has become definitively your best corner. Quinyon Mitchell is the best corner on the Philadelphia Eagles roster. He's the most reliable corner on the Philadelphia Eagles roster. He's went toe-to-toe with the best of them. Let's not get it misconstrued here. Quinyon Mitchell has gone toe-to-toe with the best of them. Let me see if I can pull up a quick Quinyon Mitchell stat line. Let me see if I can pull it real quick. Because Quinyon Mitchell has been phenomenal. He's been phenomenal. Check this out, y'all. Check this out. I'm going to give you the names of a handful of wide receivers that Quinyon Mitchell has had to go up against. And I'm just going to read you guys their stats, their numbers. And remember, this is only when he's been targeted, when they've tried to target him. These are the numbers. Drake London, 5 yards given up. Chris Olave, 23 yards given up. Mike Evans, 19 yards given up. Amari Cooper, 10 yards given up. Malik Neighbors, 9 yards given up. Jamar Chase, 16 yards given up. Let me get in more detail here. Jamar Chase, 2 catches, 16 yards. Mike Evans, 2 catches, 19 yards. Chris Olave, 2 catches, 23 yards. Malik Neighbors, 1 catch, 9 yards. Drake London, 1 catch, 5 yards. Amari Cooper, 1 catch, 10 yards. Jerry Jeudy, Njoku, Shaheed, Mooney, Slayton, Burton, 0 catches. No touchdowns allowed. Quinyon Mitchell has been a godsend. He's been phenomenal. He's been one of the best defensive players that the Philadelphia Eagles have drafted in the Howie Roseman era. The Quinyon Mitchell signing or drafting, in my humble opinion, rivals the Jalen Carter draft. Let me ask you guys, and I'm not trying to put you in a precarious situation here. I'm not trying to get you to answer an impossible question. But is it fair to say that the drafting of Quinyon Mitchell rivals the drafting of Jalen Carter? I think that's a reasonable way to put this. Does the Quinyon Mitchell drafting rival the drafting of Jalen Carter? I want to know y'all thoughts on that. The operative word is rival, meaning we are equals, but we are competing. S. Blunt says A+, yes. Sweet Chin Music says yes. Texan Eagle says yes, it does. We need both. Chaotic says yes, especially for where we got him. Sweet Chin Music says started a rookie and has a major impact, so yes. Nate the Great says, yo, you don't go on the Cilio show anymore? No, I don't. No, I don't. Big Chris says Carter, slight edge. What makes it slight, Big Chris? I'm just curious. Why do you say slight edge? Davon Tyree says, you damn Skippy. S. Blunt says, one catch I will say. Carter receives a double every play or he's disruptive. Absolutely, absolutely. And look, I'm not trying to say Quinyon Mitchell is better than Jalen Carter. That's not the angle I'm taking. I hope no one gets me confused. That's not the angle I'm taking. I'm strictly trying to say that when we drafted Jalen Carter, we were so happy about that, and we knew how important that was. I think Quinyon Mitchell living up to expectations has shown to be just as important as that Jalen Carter drafting. So again, I don't want anybody to get me misconstrued. I'm not trying to say Quinyon Mitchell is a better player than Jalen Carter. I'm not trying to say Jalen Carter is a better player than Quinyon Mitchell. I'm simply just equating the excitement we had with how they performed. And I believe Quinyon Mitchell has performed at the level that Jalen Carter performed at when we got him. Quinyon Mitchell and Jalen Carter have been your two best defensive players on your team. Some people will say, nah, Cooper DeJean. Somebody else may say, nah, Zach Bond. Hey, take your pick. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. Take your pick. Everybody is balling. You feel me? So then we get to Cooper DeJean. My man Nate the Great says, bad blood? Nah, no bad blood. I don't have bad blood, at least. I don't. Nah, I ain't got bad blood, brother. I'm happy. I'm good. I'm good. I ain't got no bad blood. Trust me, no bad blood. I wish the best for everybody. I wish the best for everybody. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I want everybody to do well. I want everybody to get exactly what they deserve. Dank says, yes, based on what we needed when he was drafted, absolutely. Absolutely. Big Chris says Carter, higher ceiling, could be an all-time Eagles great. I hear you. Hey, Quinyon Mitchell was on to a good start. He's not off to a bad start. Quinyon Mitchell's ceiling is, I don't really know what it is right now. Texan Eagle says, no, Quinyon Mitchell locking up the best wide receivers every week is very valuable. They're not even throwing his way anymore. Yeah, they're starting to catch on. They're starting to catch on. And that's why we get to Cooper DeJean. Because you got Darius Slay and Isaiah Rodgers on one side. Who knows if Darius Slay comes back next week? And you got Quinyon Mitchell on the other side. So if teams have been avoiding Slay, trying to target Quinyon, and Quinyon has answered the bell, and now they can't target Quinyon or Darius Slay because they don't want that problem, they're going to try to target the middle of the field. Oh, who got the middle of the field on lock? Cooper DeJean. Cooper DeJean. Now, obviously, Cooper can't be everywhere, but Cooper DeJean's contributions, again, second-round pick out of Iowa, Cooper DeJean's contributions, what he's provided to this team, his play, his football instincts, he makes it difficult. He makes it that much more difficult for teams. He makes it that much more difficult for teams to attack us in the passing game. So you got Quinyon, Cooper DeJean, and you got Slay and Isaiah Rodgers splitting that right side, depending on if Slay's healthy. And you got Keely Ringo in the back, which is waiting. Not bad, right? Not bad at all. And then obviously Jalen Hunt, Will Shipley, Anaya Smith, Jeremiah Trotter Jr., Trevor Keegan, Johnny Wilson, Dylan McMahon. I am very, very, very high on Trevor Keegan. I am very high on Jalen Hunt. I'm very high on Will Shipley. I am very high on Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Very, very high. Anaya Smith, Johnny Wilson, Dylan McMahon. The jury is still out. But if you ask me, I feel like Trevor Keegan is going to be a good player for the Philadelphia Eagles down the line. I feel like Jeremiah Trotter Jr., he has been spectacular on special teams. And it's only a matter of time before he gets an opportunity. I feel like Will Shipley is someone who's just waiting to get a shot. He would have had a touchdown run, but they took it away from him. I know Will Shipley hasn't had the most opportunities since the season started, playing behind Saquon and Kenny Gainwell, but I like Will Shipley. I liked how he played in the preseason. And then Jalen Hunt, a strip sack on the season. He gets his snaps when he can get them in. Guys like BG, Nolan Smith, Josh Sweat, Bryce Huff, they eat up a lot of those snaps. But Jalen Hunt, he gets in where he fits in. I like him. I love his profile, his athletic profile. So that 2024 draft class so far is paying dividends. Dividends. You got two players from your 2024 draft class who are starting, making a real impact. When's the last time we had your first two picks became instant starters and were good? Good. When's the last time that happened in Philadelphia? Your first two draft picks, Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, when's the last time your first two draft picks became instant starters and were actually good? Actually good. You can trust them. When was the last time that happened for the Eagles? I can't remember. I can't. Because even if you go to the 2023 draft class, right? Even if you go to the 2023 draft class, you see Jalen Carter, who obviously was an instant starter. And then you got Nolan Smith, who has been sort of a slow burn. A slow burn when it comes to Nolan Smith. He's finally starting to make an impact. He's in year 2. So again, to be completely fair to Nolan, year 1, he didn't get any snaps at all, really. Year 2, he's taken advantage of his opportunities, especially over the past 3 games. He settled in. Nolan Smith has 3.5. Nolan Smith has on the season, because I know they say he got 3.5 sacks here, but that's for his career. Nolan Smith on this current season has 2.5 sacks. So far, Nolan has 2.5 sacks. And he got all of those in 3 straight games. 3 straight games. Three straight games. So Nolan has started to come and take shape. But again, when's the last draft class where you had 2 guys come out and be immediate starters on your team and were good? Infamous just hating, y'all. Ignore him. He just hating. Ignore him. He's hating on Quinyon for doing his job. Make it make sense. Anyway, let's see who we got here. Big Chris said Lito Shepherd. Okay. That's one guy, though. I know Sheldon Brown was a part of that drive, too. Did Sheldon Brown start right away? I don't know. I don't even know if Lito started. Right. I mean, somebody correct me, though. I can't remember. I just can't remember. Did Smitty start right away? I cannot remember. Anyway. Fanny said Smitty was one. Okay. Yeah, see, KO. I don't remember. So, no, I said your first two players, your first two that you drafted. I think, as a matter of fact, that might be, yeah. You know what? The 2021 draft class, Devontae Smith and Landon Dickerson were instant starters. Instant. So there you go right there. That's one. So, okay. Devontae Smith and Landon Dickerson. Yeah, that draft, the 2021 draft class. Smitty and Landon Dickerson were instant starters. Instant. So that's a good point. That's a good point. That is a good point. But again, just looking over the draft picks over the past handful of years, you gotta give Howie Roseman a ton of credit for taking risk, being patient, trusting his process, not being afraid to deviate from his process. I mean, we didn't draft two DBs back to back since the Lito Shepherd Sheldon Brown draft. Let me scroll down real quick. Let me see. Hold on. I gotta see. Okay, so all right. So in 2002, we drafted Lito Shepherd in the first round, and we drafted Sheldon Brown in the second round. Yo, that draft is crazy when you think about it. Hold on. Because it's been a while since I've looked at this. Hold on. It's been a while since I looked at this. We drafted Lito Shepherd. Hold on. We drafted Lito Shepherd, Sheldon Brown, and Brian Westbrook in the same draft? For real? What? That's crazy. That is crazy. Yo, hindsight is a crazy thing. Michael Lewis, okay, we could talk about Michael Lewis. I'm not going to disrespect him. He had a long career. He played 9 years. I ain't trying to disrespect him now. Don't get it twisted. I ain't trying to disrespect Michael Lewis now. Trust me, I'm not. But Lito Shepherd, Sheldon Brown, Brian Westbrook, Michael Lewis. Yeah, those are your first 4 draft picks in 2002? Are you fucking kidding me? That's wild. That's wild, man. That's wild. So yeah, this getting back to the more current, right? So yeah. You're seeing amazing play from Quinyon Mitchell. You're seeing great play from Cooper DeJean. You're seeing solid special teams play from Jerry. Special teams has been really good. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. has been great on special teams. You know, obviously Jalen Carter is who we think he is. Nolan Smith is starting to make a name for himself. Tyler Steen has been somebody we can rely on. I love Sidney Brown's traits. I think Sidney Brown is a player that's going to play hard no matter what he's doing. If he's special teams, if he's getting the water. I feel like Sidney Brown is going to give it his all no matter what's going on. And then Keely Ringo. Yo, that entire y'all. Let's think about this real quick. The entire 2023 draft class are contributors. Are contributors. Think about that. When's the last time we had an entire draft class be real contributors? Jalen Carter is a contributor. Nolan Smith is a contributor. Tyler Steen is a contributor. Sidney Brown is a contributor. Keely Ringo has contributed. Tanner McKee has contributed. Moro Ojomo has contributed. When's the last time Howie had an entire draft class be people who actually give you something? Shout out to my man Shep with the $10 super chat. He said, that was a great draft class. Go Birds. Bro, you are so right. You are so right. You're so right. B. Mills says, hey, give Nick some credit too. Hey, look, I'm not trying to say Nick ain't got no kind of input. I'm not saying that, but we know how he makes the ultimate decision. So that's why I say Howie Roseman. And you know he builds the rosters, things like that. But you know how he consults his coaches. He's talking. You know, there's a misconception that all these GMs are just sitting in a dark room making decisions and no one's talking to them. No one's giving their opinion. No one is asking questions. No one's challenging their thought process, right? That's not true. Howie Roseman is the ultimate decision maker. The ultimate decision maker. But I'm willing to argue that, you know, Jeff Stoutland has something to do with Tyler Steen being here. You know, I'm willing to bet that Nick Sirianni has something to do with Taylor McKee coming here. You know, I'll roll with that. I'm sure Nick's name or his fingerprints are sprinkled in here somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But again, Jalen Carter, contributor. Nolan Smith, contributor. Tyler Steen, we know what he can do for us. Sidney Brown, a big contributor on special teams. Played a lot of snaps last year. Keely Ringo, big contributor on special teams. He's come in and played decent football when needed, providing you great depth at the positions. Sidney Brown and Keely Ringo are great depth pieces who give you a lot on special teams. Moro Ojomo is in the rotation. He has played every game this year. He's in the rotation. He's played every game. Moro Ojomo has gotten pressure. Tanner McKee, he's your third string quarterback, but we know he's really the second best quarterback on this team. We know that. We know he's the second best quarterback on this team. But the Eagles want to convince us that it's Kenny Pickett, but it's really Tanner McKee. It's really Tanner McKee. And in the perfect world, Tanner McKee will never see the football field. But I like Tanner McKee. I like what I've always seen from him when he's on the field. I like Tanner McKee. But not only have you found real contributors as starters, not only have you found starters, but you found depth pieces, quality guys on special teams. See, people think when you're drafting, oh, you're just drafting for offense and defense. Hey, listen, some guys got to make their money on special teams. There are some guys who are perennial special teams assassins. You feel what I'm saying? So Sidney Brown and Keely Ringo have been very steady on special teams. If you pay attention to special teams, Sidney Brown and Keely Ringo have been amazing as gunners. They've been amazing as gunners. They've been great. No one has broken any big punt returns off on us because Keely Ringo and Sidney Brown do a great job getting downfield. They're so athletic. They're hard to get hands on. Let's move on to the 2022 draft class. Let's move on to that. '22, Jordan Davis, Cam Jurgens, Nakobe Dean, Kyron Johnson, Grant Calcaterra. Obviously, Kyron Johnson is no longer on this roster, but and I know we had questions about Nakobe Dean his first two seasons. We've questioned Jordan Davis on his first two seasons as well, right? But now we're seeing, and thank you for your super chat, Shep, I appreciate it. Now we're seeing Jordan Davis stabilize. He's a brick wall. Cam Jurgens has filled in, I don't want to say seamlessly because he's had his hiccups, but Cam Jurgens has been damn good. Damn good. If you look at some of the metrics surrounding Cam Jurgens, he's been a top 10 center in this league. He has been. He has been. If you look up some of the metrics surrounding Cam Jurgens, he's been one of the best centers. He's been a top 10 center in this league. Let me see if I can find something. Let me see if I can find the metrics surrounding Cam Jurgens, because he's been doing a great job. Again, the first couple games, a couple bad snaps there, but he settled in. He settled in. And he's doing an amazing job in his role. Let me see if I can get some insights around Cam Jurgens. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Follow me here, y'all. Follow me. All right, here's some insights about Cam Jurgens. Check this out. It says here, and this is as of October 17th. It says Cam Jurgens has allowed 6 pressures on 180 pass blocking snaps this season, which is only 3.3%. It's the lowest pressure rate allowed among Eagles offensive linemen and the 7th lowest among centers, with a minimum of 75 pass blocking snaps. When you're playing behind an All-Pro or Pro Bowler, a future Hall of Famer, a Super Bowl champion, and Jason Kelce, those are not easy shoes to fill. But as of October 17th, Cam Jurgens at that time, and I'm sure he's gotten better. I don't think Cam Jurgens has allowed any pressures even after this point. But let's get into it. Actually, maybe I could find a little bit more details. But it says here, Cam Jurgens has allowed 6 pressures on 180 pass blocking snaps this season. The lowest pressure rate allowed among Eagles offensive linemen. So technically Cam Jurgens has been your best pass blocking lineman. And he's ranked 7th, or he has the 7th lowest among centers. He's been a top 10 center in the passing game. And let's not get into the running game. That goes without saying. Cam Jurgens is a top 10 center in the league in year 3. Year 3. Is that reasonable to say? Help me out. Help me out. Help me out. Don't leave me on the island. Is that based off of this alone? Is it reasonable to say Cam Jurgens has been a top 10 center in the NFL? Because when you're on the offensive line, you only got but so many stat categories. You can't hide. You're going to get exposed at some point, right? And we are entering week 9. Cam Jurgens is a top 10 center. And his first year being the full-time starter. Texan Eagle says, I knew Jurgens would be good. He's Kelsey's clone when it comes to play style, and he played at Nebraska. Their centers are usually like that. It's funny you say that. I knew I'm with you, Texan. I had a feeling that Cam Jurgens was going to be fine. I never liked him really at right guard. He's a way better center than he is a right guard. He's a way better center. It's not even close. Carol Green says Jalen taking over the protection duties is probably a load off his responsibilities too. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Definitely. It definitely matters. It matters. But Cam has been great. Cam has been great all year. Unfortunately, they don't track too many stats with these offensive linemen because I guess it's a boring position. But nonetheless, let's get back to this draft class. Jordan Davis, like I said, is a brick wall. Cam Jurgens is a man. Nakobe Dean is playing well, y'all. He's playing well. And I have never pulled my punches when it came to Dean. I've never pulled my punches when it comes to Dean. Never. I've been very, very honest about Nakobe Dean and what he's given his team over the past couple years. But now He's beginning to settle into his role. He's making impact plays. He's tackling better. He's hitting hard. Getting sacks, fumble recoveries. You know, is he still a liability in coverage at times? Sure, absolutely. You know, you can't be great at everything. you can't be great at everything, right? Let's not forget, he is a third-round pick. For him to be a third-round pick, I think we're getting pretty good production from Nakobe Dean for him to be a third-round pick. And like my man S. Blunt said, the most important thing, he's healthy. He's healthy. That's one of the most important things. He's healthy. Shout out to my man Soul on Wax. Soul on Wax with the $5 super chat. He says, I hear fire. Yo, man, shout out to Howie, man. Soul on Wax says, I hear fire Howie every year. I wish I could see a GM rank like we do quarterback rankings. See how Howie measures up against his peers. Howie Roseman is easily a top 3 GM in the NFL. Easily. The only people that I think rival him maybe Brett Veach, the GM for the Ravens is pretty good. I forget his name though. I want to say the GM for Houston. The Houston Texans GM is very good. Very good. Kyoto Green says Ozzy. Ozzy retired, though. I thought Ozzy retired. Eric DeCosta. That's who it is, Chaotic. Ozzy retired. It's Eric DeCosta. Yeah, Ozzy retired a few years ago. Yeah, he retired. The last thing Ozzie Newsome did was draft Lamar Jackson. I think that was the last draft pick Ozzie did. That was his last draft. He drafted Lamar Jackson, and then he gave the keys to Eric DeCosta, and Eric DeCosta ran with it. So that was Ozzie Newsome's parting gift to Eric DeCosta. I'll give you Lamar Jackson. Just don't fuck it up. Just don't mess it up. But Soul, look, you're not wrong, man. Look, first of all, it's funny, right? I never understand, at least over the past couple seasons, right? I've never been on the line of fire Howie because it's like, okay, I'll admit this. When we drafted Jalen Reagor, I was definitely on board with firing that motherfucker. I was on board with that. I was on board when he drafted Jalen Reagor. That was a fireable offense. Fireable. But since then, he's been spectacular. And thank you for your super chat, Solo and Wax. I appreciate it, brother. So, yeah, Jordan Davis, Cam Jurgens, Nakobe Dean, and Grant Calcaterra, who's making a big impact this season since Dallas Goedert's been hurt. Let's call it what it is. I'm not saying Grant Calcaterra is a starter. I'm not saying Grant Calcaterra is a world beater. But what I am saying is that when he's gotten an opportunity to touch that rock, Grant Calcaterra has always done something with it. He knows how to get open. He knows how to find a soft spot in the zone. Has soft hands. He catches everything that comes his way. He's really athletic, really fast, can get vertical. He runs his routes very well. And Jalen Hurts trusts him. His only weakness, like Big Chris said, he can't block. He can't block at all. He can't block. So what do the Eagles do? They bring back Jack Stoll. Now, here's the hard part, though. When you got two tight ends who are kind of like one side of a coin, Grant Calcaterra, he could catch, but he can't block. Jack Stoll, he can block, but he's not doing much in the passing game. So what does Kellen Moore do? to eliminate the tendency tracker, right? You know, if you got see the thing is, you don't what makes it difficult is you don't want your tendencies to be shown on Front Street. You don't want people to look at it and say, oh, when Jack Stoll's on the field, they're running. Or when Grand Cacatera's on the field, they're passing, right? You know what Kellen Moore did? He put them on the field at the same time. And said, hey, what you think we're going to do? In my humble opinion, and I know we didn't get to the Jack Stoll draft. As a matter of fact, I think Jack Stoll was undrafted, right? Did we draft Jack Stoll? Yeah, he was undrafted. Jack Stoll was undrafted, right? And I'm sorry, my Jack Stoll stock has skyrocketed. You want to know why? I saw that brother in that Bengals game on that Devontae Smith 45-yard touchdown. Did y'all see Jack Stoll on an island in no man's land blocking an edge rusher or whoever it was, a linebacker? I don't know who it was. But I'm sorry, my Jack Stoll stock shot up off that play. I was already a Jack Stoll guy. I've been if you've listened to me on any other platform, I've always raved about Jack Stoll, and I've always got laughed at. My man John McMullen laughed at me. That's my guy. Shout out to him. That's my guy, JM. My man McMullen laughed at me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like Jack Stoll, man. I like him. So that's the 2022 draft class. Davis, Jurgens, Dean, Calcaterra, all contributing. So then we get to the 2021 draft class, right? The 2021 draft class. And this was an interesting draft because it came off one of the most boneheaded. Let me not say boneheaded. It came off one of the most confusing drafts we've seen in 2020. But in 2021, you draft Devontae Smith, Landon Dickerson, Milton Williams. Let's stop right there. Let's just hold right there. Devontae Smith, Landon Dickerson, Milton Williams. We know what Devontae Smith is. We know what that is. Landon Dickerson, we definitely know what he is. Landon Dickerson is a two-time Pro Bowler. Two-time. Landon is in his fourth season. He's in his fourth season. And he's got 2 Pro Bowls under his belt so far. 2 Pro Bowls. It's a pretty big deal. Milton Williams, he's been in the rotation forever. Milton Williams has been in the rotation forever. And he's always made an impact some way. You know, does his stats match what he does? No. But Milton Williams gets pressure. He's really good in run defense. He's versatile. He can play inside. He can play outside. Zach McPherson is no longer on his roster. I was never really high on Zach McPherson. Kenny Gainwell, you know, it's funny. I was high on Kenny in year 1. Year 2 and year 3, I kind of fell out of love with him. And since playing behind Saquon Barkley, we're seeing a Kenny Gainwell that's running harder. So I've been a supporter of Kenny Gainwell in year 1 and his 4th season, which is the one we're in now. Year 2 and year 3, I questioned him. But Kenny Gainwell is contributing at the end of the day. He's your number 2 running back. Marlon T, when he was here, he was getting snaps, but he's no longer on the roster. Tyron Jackson, Jacoby Stevens, Patrick Johnson are no longer on the roster, but Patrick Johnson has a job elsewhere, if I'm not mistaken. Tyron Jackson, Jacoby Stevens, I don't think they're on any rosters. Matter of fact, I think Tyron Jackson is actually is in Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. right? But those first 3 draft picks in particular, Smith, Dickerson, Milton Williams, knocked it out the park. Knocked it out the park. And then we get to the infamous 2020 draft class. We get to the most controversial draft class of the past 5 years for the Philadelphia Eagles. The 2020 draft class is the most controversial draft class in recent memory for the Eagles. Jalen Reagor. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Jalen Hurts, your franchise quarterback. That goes without saying. Davion Taylor could never stay healthy. There was a brief moment when we thought we had a player in him. Couldn't stay healthy. Kevon Wallace never really became the player we needed him to be. Was always a liability. High effort guy, but was always a liability at the end of the day. Jack Driscoll was a great pick. Driscoll was actually back on his roster. Driscoll was still on the roster. I think they didn't re-sign him. They let him walk. He did get picked up somewhere else, I think, and then the Eagles were able to get him back on the roster. So Jack Driscoll, I feel like was a good draft pick. He has filled in plenty for Lane Johnson. He's filled in plenty at right guard. You know, Driscoll, I think he filled in that left tackle before too. Driscoll has been a Swiss Army knife for the Eagles over the past few seasons since he's been in the NFL. John Hightower, no work ethic at all. No longer in the NFL. John Hightower had no work ethic. Sean Bradley, high effort guy on special teams, but he tore his ACL and the Eagles didn't want to bring him back. He did get picked up, I believe, by the Houston Texans, if I'm not mistaken, on special teams. Let me double check that. I don't know if he made the roster though. Okay, so I don't think he made their roster. Yeah, I don't think Sean Bradley is on the roster right now, unfortunately. Quez Watkins, dud. Prince Tega Winogu, he didn't even make he didn't even make it to the season with us. We let him walk, and he ended up going to the Chiefs. I think he's still a rotational guy though. He still plays for the Chiefs. Yeah, Prince is still on the Chiefs, I think. Or not, actually. Nah, he's not. Nah, he's not. So, and Casey Toohill, we ended up cutting him, and he ended up being a player for Washington, and now he's with the Bills. Casey Toohill has carved out a nice career for himself. He's carved out a decent career for himself. He plays for the Bills. He plays for the Bills now. So, again, just revisiting the draft class. Let's really double back to it, okay? When you look at that draft class, the best thing to come out of it was obviously Jalen Hurts. After that, it's debatable. Jack Driscoll, second best player you drafted from that class. The 2020 draft class as a whole was a dud, but you found a gem in the quarterback position. And you found a rotational offensive lineman in Jack Driscoll. Other than that, everybody else is either out of the NFL, a free agent. The only other person that's on another roster is Kevon Wallace and Casey Toohill. Casey Toohill plays for the Bills. Kevon Wallace is in Seattle. I don't think Quez Watkins made the Steelers roster. Nope, they actually cut him. And Jalen Reagor, is he still in the Patriots? Nope. Jalen Reagor is no longer on the roster either. So from that 2020 draft class, There are more players who are not on the roster than there are on the roster. Man. Roland says Rager's with the Chargers. Is he? I didn't know that. Well, at least he got a job, man. At least he got a job. At least he got a job. Let's go to 2019. Even though I know this is before the Nick Sirianni era, let's go to 2019. Andre Dillard, dud. Miles Sanders was a player for us, but for the Panthers, he's a dud. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, a dud. Sharif Miller, a dud. Clayton Thorson, a dud. Your 2019 draft class, none of those players are on your roster anymore, which is crazy. (2018) Dallas Goedert, Avonte Maddox, Josh Sweat, Matt Pryor, Jordan Mailata. I like this draft class. It was one of our smallest ones. We didn't have that many draft picks in 2018. We were in a weird place because we leveraged so much for that Super Bowl. Nicole Carmichael says Rager's with Baltimore. Hold on, wait. Is he with the Chargers or he's with Baltimore? Because Nelson Aguilar is in Baltimore. Is Rager in Baltimore or is Rager with the Chargers? But anyway, Dallas Goedert was a contributor for you. Still is. He's got to stay healthy. His issue is health. But Dallas Goedert overall is a player for you. Avonte Maddox, you got a lot out of him. Even though he's no longer your starter, Avonte Maddox is on the roster still. He gets snaps here and there. But Avonte Maddox, I mean, he fell off. He's not the same player. He's battled injuries. And then Josh Sweat, he became a player for the Philadelphia Eagles. He's a starter for the Eagles. And Jordan Mailata obviously is a starter. Matt Pryor, we had him, and then he got picked up by the Colts. I think Matt Pryor also played for San Francisco, and now he's in Chicago as a rotational offensive lineman. So Matt Pryor has carved out a career for himself. But obviously, the belle of the ball when it comes to the 2018 draft class is Jordan Mailata. He's the belle of the ball, for sure. And all right, we'll stop there. We're not going to go back anymore. We'll stop there. I mean, obviously, you drafted Derek Barnett in 2017, right? Sidney Jones, Russell Douglas, Matt Collins, Donnell Pumphrey, Shelton Gibson, Nathan Gary, Elijah Quails. You drafted Carson Wentz in 2016. Isaac Seumalo in 2016. That was a good pick. Even the Carson Wentz was a good pick. Carson Wentz was a good draft pick. He just fell off. Big V was a good pick. Jalen Mills was a good pick. All these guys were contributors on your Super Bowl team. Big V filled in for oh my God. Why am I blanking on my OG name? Left tackle Jason Peters. Big V filled in big time for Big V. Big V filled in big time for Jason Peters when he got hurt in that Super Bowl season. He was phenomenal in the Super Bowl. Isaac Seumalo was phenomenal at left guard. Jalen Mills was a solid corner for us. He took a lot of risk. But he was fearless. So yeah, my overall point in doing this, you guys, is that on this current Eagles roster, you have so many contributors who are on rookie deals. You have so many contributors that you drafted in the past 4 seasons, the past 3 seasons, who are on rookie contracts still. Quinyon Mitchell, rookie deal. Cooper DeJean, rookie deal. Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Nolan Smith, Nakobe Dean, Cam Jurgens, rookie deals. Keely Ringo, rookie deal. Sidney Brown, rookie deal. You feel what I'm saying? The Philadelphia Eagles are in a really, really, really good place for the now and for the future. And you got to give credit to Howie Roseman for standing firm, not panicking. You got to give credit to the coaching staff, whether we want to nitpick Nick Sirianni or not. He has to get some level of credit for helping develop these guys. He's in the building. He's talking with these guys. He's working with these guys. He's in the film room with these guys, right? He has to get some kind of credit. I'm not saying Nick Sirianni is the best coach in the league. He's not. He's not at all. But, you know, we've seen some development under his watch. We've seen some development. Did it happen as fast as we wanted? Probably not. But we've seen it. Nakobe Dean has developed, and he's healthy. Jordan Davis is beginning to develop. He's healthy. He's a brick wall in the run game. Obviously, Devontae Smith has developed. Right? I didn't even get into the free agent or the trades he made. Trading for A.J. Brown. Trading for Hassan Reddick. Bryce Huff is starting to play better. Right? Howie Roseman has done a good job. And even before this season started, I said to myself, I don't want to hear Howie Roseman's name when the season starts. I don't want to see or hear anybody try to call him out for not doing a good job, because he provided the pieces. He provided, and signing Barkley. How did I forget that? And signing Barkley. Like I said, I didn't really unpack his trades and his signings. I really just talked about his drafting. But you got to give Howie Roseman credit for building this roster the right way over the past few seasons. Remember, he was notoriously known for going to get free agents and trying to fast track the building process for the team because he was always in win now mode. And I appreciate that mindset, but there comes a point in time where you have to actually draft guys and develop them. And they have to be the foundation. They have to be the nucleus to your roster. And so far, we're seeing that. The nucleus, the foundation, the bedrock of this roster is currently being fortified, if not fortified already. We found legitimate starters through the draft over the past 3 to 4 seasons. So many rookie deals, so much flexibility. And now we're seeing all the work, all the development, all the long nights and early mornings, all the criticism and hate we've given. We're seeing all of it culminate into this product that we're seeing now in the football field. The Eagles have a top 10 defense right now. The Eagles have a top 10 defense right now. That may sound hard to believe. You may not like the way they play defense. You may not like Vic Fangio's scheme. You may be able to nitpick all the different flaws in it. You may hate the fact that the corners are always playing zone for the most part. You may hate that. But regardless of how you feel, the fact remains that the Philadelphia Eagles defense is playing currently at a top 10 level. That's a fact. No feelings involved. No fandom involved. No bias involved. That is a fact. Now, that begs the question, like Big Chris said, can they maintain it? Because they will be challenged. Someone will test your gangster. Someone is going to do something you probably didn't see before. How will you respond? There's still so much football left to be played. And the last thing I want to do is make it seem like we've arrived. We have not arrived, but best believe we are on our fucking way. And it's straight like that. Make sure you guys smash the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the show. I am so grateful to you guys for locking in on the content. I'm grateful for all of you guys who are watching on your own time. Maybe you can't watch me live. That's totally fine. Check me out on Spotify. Check me out on Apple Podcasts. And it's always double back to the YouTube channel. The content is always there. And make sure you guys continue to support the Chalk It Up Sports merch. The links are always plastered all over my content. You can't miss it. So make sure you guys support the Chalk It Up Sports merch. Go buy yourself something. Go bless yourself. You feel what I'm saying? And before we get out of here, I want to announce the winner of the Jalen Hurts jersey. I want to announce the winner of the Jalen Hurts jersey. And that is the good brother, Green Wingman, Isaac from New Jersey. Let's give Greeny a round of applause. Let's give Green Wingman some love out of New Jersey. He is the winner of the giveaway. Greeny will be taking home this Jalen Hurts jersey. Give me a second. Let me show you where it's at. Hold on. Greeny, I don't know if you're in the live stream right now. Greeny. I don't know where you are, brother, but you are the winner. You will be receiving this authentic, this official Jalen Hurts jersey in the mail. I'm going to get to the post office most likely this weekend, and I'm going to mail this to you. I'm also going to send you an email, Greeny. I'm going to send you an email, brother, okay? I'm going to send you an email, and we're going to figure out the logistics. But best believe, good brother, you in the game. Congratulations, Green Wingman. I don't know if you're in the live stream right now, but you are the winner. And I'm going to be sending you an email. So congratulations to you, brother. Congratulations. And again, you guys, don't get discouraged. Do not get discouraged. Because trust me, I don't do repeat winners. So whenever someone wins something, I make sure that I don't reward them again. I make sure I bless people. The goal is to give out as much stuff as I can and to bless as many people as I can. If you won something before, unfortunately, the odds of me picking you again is slim. I'm just being honest. I want to be fair. I want to make sure I give everybody a chance to win something, right? I want to give a shout out to the previous giveaway winners, right? I want to give a shout out to Mark Johnson, Jamarr Adams, Keisha White, Thomas Adams. They're all previous giveaway winners. They know how legit I am. I give it up for sure. I show mad love to the people. Mad love. Let's see here. And I also want to give a shout out to Rolando Durand and give a shout out to Fannie Woods holding it down in Ohio. Rolando holding it down in New Jersey. Thomas Adams holding it down in Philly. Keisha White holding it down in Miami. Mark Johnson holding it down in California. Jamarr Adams holding it down in Connecticut. Shout out to you guys for being previous giveaway winners. And I got to give a shout out to Green Wingman, also known as Isaac from New Jersey. So that's the vibes. That's the energy we on. And I really do appreciate y'all for liking on the content. Thank y'all so much. Again, we got more giveaways coming soon. Just make sure you stay tuned. I've been your humble host, Tone DeShields II. And I want to say thank you to Shep for another super chat. Thank you, Shep. He says, Tone, them Georgia Bulldogs are the real deal. And yes, Howie did a really good job. Way to go. Go Birds. On top of that, Roland gave a super chat. He said, Zach Bond is our most underrated signing. Extend that man. Roland, I agree 100%. I am on board with everything you're saying. He's the most underrated signing. They need to extend him. Somehow, some way, they got to do it. Thank you, Soul on Wax, for donating to the channel, brother. I appreciate you. And thank you to the good brother Shep, again, for donating to the channel. I really do appreciate y'all. And y'all know my vibes. Y'all know the energy. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. And by the way, smash that like button. Like I said, I've been your humble host, Tone DeShields II. You guys have been tuned in to Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the gang.